this is, Miss Stewart?
I think that is a XY coordinate plane.
Wow. You should teach math.
Well,
or something.
thank you.
That's great.
I'll look
so
into it.
Yeah, great. I'm going to graph a line, if that's all right with you.
Great idea.
It's one of my favorite lines right here. I'm going to graph the line y equals x.
Very nice.
Maybe I'll write the equation of that. Y equals x. And just again to jog your memory, I'm going to plot a few points. In other words, if I stick in a 1 for x, what do you think y is?
A 1.
Okay, yes, y in fact equals x. They are the same. So if I stick in a 2, I get a 2. 2. I'll put in a negative 1, getting a little fancy here.
Getting fancy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Negative 1, negative 1. Negative 2, negative 2. As you can see, oops, I missed my points there, but that's close enough. As you can see, y and x are equal. As a matter of fact, I can tell you what the slope of my line is.
I would think the slope would be 1.
The slope is in fact 1. And actually, I have a y-intercept here. I cross the y-axis at
0.
0. Very good. And you might remember the general equation of a line. Should I write that?
I think you should.
Okay. Y equals mx plus b. In this particular case, m is 1. My slope is 1. My y-intercept, there's nothing written here. It is 0, in fact. Should I graph another line?
Let's do it.
All right. This is going to be very exciting.
This is exciting.
You know, I'm just going to modify this one slightly, and we'll kind of see what happens.
Okay.
This time, I want my y values to be double what my x values are. Yeah.
Very nice.
That's a good one.
That is
a
good one.
So if I put in a 1 for x,
we'll get a 2.
I want y to be 2. If I put in a 2 for x,
double would be 4.
Yeah. You see what's happening there?
I do.
What's the slope of this line?
Well, I think it's got to be 2, because you multiplied every x by 2.
That is right. In other words, when I go up 2 in my y direction, and over 1, I'm back on my line. Up 2, over 1, as opposed to the other line where I only have to go up 1 and over 1.
Yeah.
I'm going up 2. And I think it's pretty obvious how to modify my equation.
I think that x needs to be multiplied by 2, because your y is equal to 2 times your x's.
So, I mean, I'm hoping, I know you guys, you memorized this back in first grade, probably y equals mx plus b. You memorized this, oh, m is the slope, but I hope you're getting a sense of why that's the slope, right? I mean, this is what I'm multiplying x by. Yeah. So if I multiply x by 2, it means that I go up 2 in the y direction every time x goes up by 1. That is why that's the slope. Is that kind of making sense?
Mr. Haas, this is really making sense.
Sure. And if I want to change my y-intercept, let's do that. Let's put a 1 here. That's tricky. Yeah. Let's graph a few points now, and I think you might see what happens. I mean, I know that, again, back in the second grade or whenever you learned this stuff, you knew that this is the y-intercept. It's where I cross the y-axis. But let's put in a couple of points, and I think it'll make total sense.
Let's do it.
Right? So let's pick, I don't know, what should we pick? Maybe
how about 0 for
0.
x?
Okay, I'm going to make a little graph here. Let's pick a 0 for x.
Okay.
2 times 0 is 0.
0 plus 1 is 1.
So I'm going to graph the point 0, 1.
Beautiful.
Hey! How do you... Already, I can see that I'm crossing the y-axis at 1. In other words, when I fill in a 0 for x, I get 1. Let's just pick one more point. Let's put in a 1 for x. And I get
2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3.
1, 3. So again, I can see that my slope is 2. And this time when I fill in a 0 for x, I get this value right here. So this value shifts it up and down in the y direction. It is in fact my y-intercept.
So it's exactly the same line as y equals 2x, but just shifted up 1.
Absolutely.
Nifty.
So I know that you know this form of the equation, y equals mx plus b, but again, I just wanted to jog your memory why this is the slope. I mean, I think it should make sense. It's really what I'm multiplying x by. It makes it steeper or less steep. And this, of course, is the y-intercept.
Beautiful. Love it. So, Mr. Haas, you were having so much fun with that linear equation, I thought I'd get in on it.
I think you should.
So, let's say we have these 2 points and they form a line. Could we find the equation of that line? I think we probably could. I mean, I could graph it plot those 2 points, make my line, and kind of see where it crosses the y-axis and count the slope. But I'm not very good at graphing, so I want to try to do this algebraically. So let's think about this. If I did graph this, there's 2, 11 would be up there, negative 1, 2, something like that. All right. Oh my goodness, you can see I'm not very good at graphing.
No, I love it. That's great.
Okay. So how in the heck am I going to find the slope? Mr. Haas, you were saying that the slope is really, you know, kind of the change in y over the change in x. We all remember that rise over run, you know, rise over run. So really, if I have 2 points, and I can pick any 2 points, but we can pick these 2 points, I want to find how the y is changed and how the x is changed. The change of y, delta y, over the change of x. Isn't that going to be the slope of this thing? All right, let's do it. So let's find the change in my y values. How has that y value changed? Oh, well, that's going to be the difference between 11 and 2. Can I just subtract? 11 minus 2. That's how I went from 2 to 11.
Now, how do you know to subtract that way? I mean, you couldn't go the other way? Would that work?
Sure. I can also do 2 minus 11. It doesn't really matter.
Ah, all right.
Okay. Now I want to find the change in the x's. How my x's have changed. Now, order does matter here. Since I decided to go 11 minus 2, I'm going to have to do the same order that I chose.
I see, right. Okay, yeah,
right?
all right.
Okay, so since I did 11 minus 2, now I have to do this x minus this x. Oh, this is going to be a little sneaky. 2 minus a negative 1. Okay. So we can handle a double negative there. But you're taking away a negative. Really, you're just adding.
Very nice.
See that
Yeah.
again?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's going to be a 2 plus 1 or 3. 11 minus 2. 9.
Ah,
9
also
thirds.
known as 3, I think.
Also
Yeah.
known as 3. Beautiful. Okay. So my slope is 3. What other ingredients do I need, Mr. Haas, to come up with this equation in this line?
Well, how about the y-intercept? That'll work.
I think that is an excellent idea. You mentioned the y equals mx plus b, which we're all familiar with.
Now, there are actually other forms of writing equations of lines, but this is the one that you guys are typically used to seeing, so we're going to go with that.
Absolutely. So we found our slope. So far, so good. So now I need to see where it crosses the y-axis, where that y-intercept is. Mr. Haas, do you have any ideas?
I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe you could plug in some xy value that you know. I don't know.
Hey,
I mean,
what a
I'm just
great
thinking.
idea. Look, I've got 2 points. Doesn't matter which one I use.
You could use either one?
We could use either one.
Well, let's use that one. I like positive values.
All right, yeah. So I'm going to temporarily say, let's let x equal 2 and my y equal 12. So I'm substituting in the 11.
11, yeah.
I'm substituting in the 11 for y, substituting that 2 for x. Oh, this is going to do it for me, I think. Let's just subtract 6 from both sides. B equals 5. I've got my y-intercept, where I cross the y-axis. Okay? I can put those ingredients together. Drum roll, please. Y equals 3x plus 5. Now let's just eyeball my graph.
That
Does
seems
that seem
reasonable.
reasonable?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I've got a positive slope happening. I've got a positive y-intercept. Looks totally reasonable. And there we go.
Thanks, Miss Stewart.
Thank you.
I'm just going to do one more, Miss Stewart, if
Good
that's
idea.
all right with you.
Absolutely.
Sometimes instead of being given 2 points, you're given something a little bit tricky, like here's the x and y intercept. Now what's the equation of a line? So should we do one like that?
Let's do
I think
one
we'll
like
probably
that.
just take a moment. So let's say that you're given the x-intercept. It means where it crosses the x-axis.
That's right.
Let's say you're given the x-intercept is, give me something, give me a number there, Mr.
3.
Excellent. And let's say you're given the y-intercept. I'm going to plot my x-intercept is 3. And let's say you're given that the y-intercept is
2.
Oh, I love it. Is 2. There's the y-intercept is 2. let's see if we can find the equation of that line.
Let's do.
Now, you know, you can, I sketched it here. It's obviously going to be a negative slope, and we could probably figure it out. As a matter of fact, if we go down to 1, 2, 3, and over 3, I pretty much know that the slope is
Negative 2/3.
down to over 3. But let's do it algebraically.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if it was some big kooky numbers or fractions or something, you wouldn't be able to see it so easily.
Absolutely.
So if the x-intercept is 3, I know this point right here is the point 3, 0. Right? So it's 3 and 1
of
over
course.
0.
Sure.
Y-intercept is 2. I know this is the point. Here's my y-intercept. X is 0, y is 2.
Yes.
So now I'm going to do exactly what you did, Ms. Stewart.
Excellent.
I'm going to find the slope, which is change in y over change in x. So my change in y, these are my y values, is 0 minus, oops, almost got carried away there.
You did.
Yeah, 0 minus 2.
Beautiful.
My change in x is 3 minus 0. Am I moving off camera? You still
No,
got me?
you're
All right,
good.
That's great. So this gives me a negative 2 over a 3. And in fact, my slope is negative 2/3, which in fact is what I got when I looked at the graph.
That's so great.
It's amazing how this math stuff works out.
Amazing how it works.
It's amazing.
How in the heck are you going to find your y-intercept?
Well, I think I already know my y-intercept. It's given to me. It is 2. So I think I'm already done
You
there.
are
I can
done.
already write my equation. Y equals negative 2/3. Remember, this is my slope.
Beautiful.
X. And my y-intercept is 2.
Oh, how easy is that? The y-intercept is just there waiting for you. Well done.
Yeah, I'm